Hi, friends. Empress Danny back for another episode of the Daily Grind. You already know I'm pouring you up a nice hot cup of joe. Going to get your day off to a bright and beautiful start. Let's jump in today. It feels like today there's something pertaining to a new chapter having to do with authenticity, right? It could be being yourself, someone else being themselves, right? You think about a new job, you put on airs to start the job, but essentially at some point we got to get real with one another, right? About who I am, who you are. So there could be an air of that is at play today. Some of you may be noticing like, I don't know why it's kind of giving like touch it. Is it real? Pinch me. Am I dreaming? And I feel something about, for some of you, these are actually good things in your life that are unfolding or developing. And these could be people that are drawn to you, people that you are drawn to, obviously things that you are drawn to. I really want to go whatever this career path or road is. Well, you may be finding the point of attraction is changing. As the first card out today is a magnet. Okay. So the magnet you may be drawn to, bottom of the deck is stillness. Okay. So this could, obviously stillness is a step. So there could be a space of contemplation, right? I'm drawn to this. Let me stop and think about it. Let me give some, observation. Let me look a little bit further into it, so that I can establish maybe what will be my point of view, what direction I'm going to go. Am I going to obey the pull, right? So that's first of the day. Slow down is coming out midday. So midday, there could be some things perhaps that require delicate handling. I see compassion at the bottom of the deck. So that compassion card usually deals in forgiveness, whether you're forgiving yourself or someone else. Usually that message to slow down is so that we make sure that we take care of ourselves, or so that we make sure that we take care of others in any given scenario. Usually I find where we're not willing to slow down, our haste brings us to a space of needing that same compassion that we should have demonstrated. Okay. So just a kind of a heads up, a woman, right? Young woman coming through. Slow down. And sometimes this is like, I know you're drawn, right? I know you feel the pull, right? This could be the attraction, right? A new chapter. I know you're young Beaver, right? But it could certainly just be indicating slow down, make sure you take care of yourself. Here is the self, right? So there could be a focus on, maybe making sure that you're true to yourself, making sure that you're authentic to who you are, making sure that you're not just going along with the program, but that you're being a visionary. This is kind of like the world today, right? When you think about like the use of technology, AI, when you think about, blending in with the crowd, if you will, or just kind of like life checking all the boxes. This is kind of like an energy of like something about today says, use your own brain, think for yourself. Don't just go along with the program. Um, don't just go along with the act. I see the Phoenix here, which is our energy from the bottom of the day yesterday. It doesn't surprise me to see it at the top of the day today with the eagle. Lots and lots of very clear, very direct messages. Some of you may find that you're receiving them. Some of you may not be receiving them. But when you see perhaps what this could be like, what others are on, is kind of what it's giving. It's a product of that. So if you are receiving communication, if the communication is official, more too legit, right? Just know that that is likely a result of others receiving what feels like their confirmation from spirit. Oh, I know that's God. And so what feels like improving, in terms of what could be like their legitimacy. So I like that. Like when I see that, we're not in any rush, we're slowing down. I kind of get an energy of like you may be tempted to get ahead of yourself, but That is gonna feel like you're allowing yourself, yeah, look at that, going with the current, right? Going with the flow, clarifying, slow down with the fish. So some of you, again, it's almost like don't get ahead of the current. Some of you, you're very witty, you're very clever. And so some of your cleverness that may be the kind of like the flow that you're going with. But spirit may also say, hey, I know you're in that's the flow you operate in, but not too much, right? Um, just take it easy. And it could be, again, something feels like, that's what it feels like. It feels like what could be like joking about something or with someone, but spirit may be saying, take it easy on them. Spirit may be saying this to someone else concerning you or you about yourself. But it feels like, hey, have compassion. Again, lighten up, slow down, not too fast or not too heavy or not too hard on them. It's kind of what it is. Some of y'all, this might be with your kids, okay? Maybe with your youngins. Thank you guys for hitting that like button and making sure that you are subscribed to this channel. We are going to Patreon after, after these messages, to get our extended messages. So I hope that you'll join us there, right? You're going to put together the pieces that the grass isn't always greener. For some of you, this could come birth from, it could be an argument, right? A little tiff, a little discord, right? I'm picking up what you're putting down. I have to say, I don't like that perspective that the grass isn't always greener because it gives like the opportunist point of view, like, oh, I thought it would be better. And sometimes the reason that we're brought to see that is so that we will have gratitude no matter what position or state it is that we're in or what we have, who we're with, right? What's going on. And something feels like that's where this current of energy is today, where when it's almost like maybe even being witty or sarcastic about some things, joking, like, yeah, it may look, maybe it is brighter, better, um, more satisfying or gratifying on one hand, but spirit may be saying that's not actually the case. Slow down, smell the roses where you are, or what could be like, you have to water the grass wherever it is you want it to grow. So I kind of feel like, I don't know why, I kind of get an energy where midday spirit may be saying all things come and flow. All things come and flow. And you're either cautioned to slow down or spirit may be saying, or be showing you, slow down and recognize the flow that's coming to you. Because you so busy, again, what could be playing a role, right? Or just going along with the program. You don't even realize, I just heard the streams. This could be the love that's being shown to you. Creative juices flowing. You could be making something. The spirit is saying, slow down. This is art. I don't want you to rush art. Okay. Start the day with ether. Second card out is water. And then the last card's out. Two of them came together. We have air and fire. Hummingbird with the lizard. I like this because a hummingbird it's air, it's communication, but it's positive messages. It's uplifting. It's enlightening. It helps to keep you energetically aligned. And the lizard speaks to spiritual sensitivity, picking up on subtle spiritual clues. So whether you are saying something and someone else is picking up on this, or whether something is being said or perhaps even done, and you are getting the spiritual clues behind someone's actions, this is clarifying the self. So it feels like this has to do with you. So if you're doing something or if you're saying something, whatever it is that you're doing, saying, I literally just heard, I'm picking up on what you're putting down. Okay. Picking up on what you're putting down. Okay. That's what it feels like the end of the day is. I'm picking up on what you're putting down. Okay. Also, I don't know why I'm just picking this up here at the last minute. What I feel is important here is that in this energy, make sure that you are taking the opportunity to reflect at or look at yourself in whatever this scenario is. Okay. Yeah, it's almost like better yourself, improve yourself, And some of you, that could be what you're drawn to, self-improvement. I'm drawn to what could be like, I don't know, I just heard Ayala fix my life, right? To heal, whatever it is. It could be some sort of relationship. Somebody else could be drawn to do this. So I just feel like, again, where spirit is speaking and is telling someone, hey, I need you to get the message. I need you to see this for what it is. I feel like that's taking place today in the process of looking at what needs to be done in order to heal, in order to fix. That process is being gone through, excuse me. Um, I do feel like slow down is kind of, for some of you, have compassion for some of the things that you've been through, okay? Because I'm kind of getting like, how sometimes, whether it's, sadness, gloom, depression, right? It can creep up on you. Sometimes, I don't know why I'm kind of picking up, it could be something to do with the time of year. It could also be like phases or cycles of life that you've gone through, in an emotional flow where there are some things that are coming up where you're needing to give yourself grace for what it is that you are going through. You're maybe getting rid of some things. You are releasing, letting some things go. But let's just say the end of the day, it feels like, let me just, I don't know why, but I kind of feel like the quantum field could certainly be collapsing. So for some of you, there could be some sort of quantum collapse at the end of the day. This could be within the house of self, a way in which you relate to yourself, the journey that you've been on, how far it is that you've come, what all it is that you've seen, what it is that you've gone through, um, what feels like, whatever this communication paired with spiritual sensitivity is. It feels like, I don't know why it speaks covenant, it speaks relationship, it speaks agreement. And this is something that is realized in the house of self when you kind of like put the little things, when everything is kind of coming together. This is all within the house of self that I feel like there's a realization of this. Yeah. Guys, that's what I have for you for today's daily grind. Let's go to Patreon and get our extended messages. Until next time, bye for now.